Hi, I'm Sam with Comp Photography. Today we're going to be talking about how to get pictures off of your camera onto the memory card, from the memory card to a memory card reader, from a memory card reader to your phone, which is down here charging. Right, first, when you take a picture, it will go to your memory card, unless you have an internal hard drive on your camera. If you have an internal hard drive on your camera, go buy a memory card. Don't use the internal memory. You'll have to plug your phone, or you'll have to plug your camera into your phone, or your camera into your computer. I would avoid that. You don't want anything to happen, viruses, firmware, anything like that happen to your camera. It's easier just to go buy a memory card reader, even the most expensive one. This is the most expensive memory card reader I've ever had. It's amazing, and I absolutely love it. So, memory cards. Let's talk about them real quick. All right, so when you're talking about a memory card, every camera has a different type. This is a compact flash. This is from my DJI Spark, and it's a micro. It's so tiny. Okay, so each camera has a different type, but all of them work the same way. There's two different types of things you need to remember on your memory card: reading and writing. How fast it can do it. So this memory card is an Extreme Pro SanDisk. It's an older generation one though, because it only goes 90 megabytes per second, which is very slow. The one I'm using in my phone right now is a SanDisk Extreme, not Pro, and it's 160 megabytes per second. So when you're looking for a memory card, you need to watch out for the megabytes per second. Also, some of the newer ones, like Compact Flash, is all pretty much the standard. If it's Compact Flash, it works. These little ones, they're still the same reading and writing megabytes per second, but there's also like a HC1, HC2, Type 3, A1. So very complicated and gets really confusing. What I would recommend, if you have a camera that uses one of these, buy a bigger camera. This is for my compact little DJI Spark, so it needs to be really small. I looked up DJI Spark memory stick on Amazon, saw what kind it was. I found it was a SanDisk Extreme, and it was a HC1. I looked up, instead of DJI Spark, this memory card, I just looked up SanDisk Extreme HC1. Saved me $10 on this little 32 gigabyte memory card because I didn't just buy the first one I saw. When you're buying used on eBay memory cards, especially, make sure that they tell you what the megabytes per second is if you're dealing with compact flash cards, because they will not tell you, and they are jerks about it. All right, so readers. There's several different types of readers I use. I use this. It's my no pin, which is, I don't know why, because there is pins in there. I don't know why they say that. No pins, no bend pins. Oh, so they just have pins. It doesn't lie to me, but I love it. It fits my memory card in there nice and snugly. I've had a lot of problems with cheapo Walmart ones where I've tried to stick them in and they bend the little holes in the bottom of the compact flash. So that's a good thing to look out for. But if you're using like the standard memory card or the little tiny micro one, they don't use pins. They just use contacts. So that's not a super big deal. But one thing you want to watch out for, or want to look for in a memory card, is how quickly it reads and writes itself. This one is a USB 3.0, so it's nice and fast. Even my 160 megabyte ones, I don't get, 160 is usually writing, not reading. Reading is usually a little bit slower. I might be switching that. But I don't usually use the full weight of full ability of this with my old laptop and this very fancy, very nice memory card reader. So that's the thing to watch out for. Don't spend too much money if you're using old junky cards. This is how you take it from the memory card reader to your phone. This is called an OTG cable, on-the-go cable. This one is specifically a USB Type-C from my Samsung S8. You can get ones for lightning cables for iPhones. And the best thing about putting it on your phone is free software. I use Photoshop Lightroom on my phone and Photoshop Express, and I have the CC version on my computer, so I can get stuff from my computer onto my phone. I like it a lot. Makes it very easy. Snap out a few pictures, edit them a little bit, and I'll usually send them off to like my clients right away, so they have some pictures to see a couple hours later. And I use all that with this. A lot of new phones, like our new cameras, always go to a sporting event, and some mom will be like, "Oh, do you Bluetooth your pictures off your camera on your phone?" I'm like, "No, I don't use that. My cameras are too old. I don't want to use that. It's too complicated. Why? I mean, it's just adding new stuff, new features to cameras to make it more expensive. You don't need that. Just get an OTG cable. I'd take all my drone pictures off that onto my phone. I haven't even put any on my computer. All of it's on my phone, which is going to make it complicated for the end of this video. I'm going to put some drone footage on. That might make it kind of complicated with my lack of put any pictures or videos on my computer. So that's something you need to just look out for, keep in mind. On eBay, buying used memory cards, make sure this is a great example. This is my first, it's Extreme Pro SanDisk. I just looked up Extreme Pro SanDisk, yay, compact flash. 32 gig, yay, found one, super cheap, super excited. Only 90 megabytes per second. At the time, I don't think they had 160, I think they were 120. So this is, I got ripped off. I didn't know I got ripped off, so that's just the thing to look out for, megabytes per second. I would recommend getting a case for your memory cards. So, like, I always have a case. I have 4 32 gigabytes and 2 8 gigabyte cards. For a little tiny session, I'll use an 8 gigabyte card. And what I do is, this still has the pictures from one of my recent photo shoots. I use one disc, one thing at a photo shoot, which is kind of risky, but if this gets wiped out before I get home, because I immediately go home, I load this up onto my computer, and I download all the pictures onto my computer, and saving all the pictures on here. And then, because I don't like to use the camera right away, or don't like to look at the pictures right away because I want to time, I'm too critical of myself, I download all the pictures to Amazon Prime video storage. You get, or photo storage, you got RAW and regular. Upload it all. It takes forever, but it's all up there. And so I have them on my computer, and in the cloud. So just in case I lose them, man, I've never lost a picture, but that would just be absolutely devastating to do. So if you're not looking to be a photographer, that's fine. You don't need something like that. Especially like a 32 gig is, I want to say 800 pictures, what I get raw and a large JPEG file. You don't need a 32 gig. If you're doing eBay or something like that, if you're from Flippin' Mike's channel, really I would recommend like some 8 gigabyte cards, but get multiple because they could break. You could smash them, you could lose them, you could crush them. There's so many reasons, so many ways I've lost memory cards over the years. I've been pretty good. All of my favorite ones I make sure I keep in the case. I mostly lose this. Every time it's, hey, where's my memory card reader? And so I'm actually thinking about getting a tile and gluing it to the back of this so I don't lose it anymore. This drives me nuts. So that's my recommendation on memory cards, how to get them onto your phone, how to get them off through what you should use. USB Type 3, USB 2. I think it's the USB 2. It's probably USB 3. But that's the most important thing. How to get them onto your phone. Next time, I think we'll talk a little bit more about something else. I'm going to do a wedding here soon, so hopefully we're going to get some sweet how-to wedding stuff. Really complicated. I also wanted to show, I started a new Etsy shop, and I'm going to pop some pictures up right here of some of the stuff that this is how I take pictures. If I do eBay, but not as much as I want to do Etsy. And these are some of the pictures I've taken of products. If you want me to show you how to do pictures like this, which I wouldn't recommend for like Flippin' Mike, because it just takes it takes a little bit of time, and it also costs money because I'll do it on Photoshop, which is $10 a month, which you get Photoshop and Lightroom. It's an amazing deal. Every photographer should have it. So there's a lot of reasons why it's great. If you want to see how I did these pictures, like, comment, whatever you want to do, and subscribe to my channel.